Not too long ago, I was making $700 in a grocery store working in my hometown, Alaska. And in 2020, I quit, and within 90 days, I was making money remotely as a digital middleman. I was making $10,000 a month plus without any prior skills, no connections, and no startup capital. So if you're stuck in a dead-end job thinking that there's absolutely no way out, this video is going to show you exactly how I escaped and how you can do the same. But before I get into the specifics, let me give you a little bit more context about the come up. First of all, my job was terrible. I was stocking shelves, working 10-hour shifts. And to be honest, it was very cyclical for not much pay. Scratch that. Terrible pay. And I know like a lot of you guys are probably going through this as well, but I just woke up doing the same shit day after day. Work at 6 a.m., get off at 2, and after I got off, I'd probably just hang with friends or play video games and do the same thing over and over again. And it's not more so the job that I was afraid of. Like, I wasn't afraid of working and making money. It was just almost like this stuck feeling of not making any progress, making the same amount of money with no promotion in sight. It was just a completely dead-end situation. And I knew to hit my first initial goal to make 6 figures in a year, I was never gonna do that working in a grocery store. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, AJ, why didn't you just go to university like everybody else? Get a degree. You can get a high-paying job if you just go to college. Trust me, I actually did that as well. I actually went to university for 2 years. I had a 2.0 GPA in some terrible business accounting class. Or sorry, degree. That's what I was pursuing. And it actually wasn't all that. Like, the only thing you do in college really is just party and drink and go to the gym all day. That's really all that you do. It's pretty much a school on steroids, but you actually learn less because you're just partying all the time. Obviously, unless like you're a lawyer or a doctor or something, but that just wasn't in the cards for me. And it's probably not in the cards for most people, let alone people that can afford it. But I actually didn't even learn anything. And to be honest, the traditional education path was just never for me. I hated school in the first place to begin with. Hated homework, hated going to class. And not only did I hate all of these things, I paid the college to hate all of these things. So it's probably the biggest waste of 2 years of my life. Because when I did find the digital middleman business model, I was out and making $10,000 a month in 90 days. If I would have started my journey as a middleman 2 years earlier, I would have made so many more millions of dollars. It would be insane. And the way that I actually found how to become a digital middleman was like perfect. I don't want to go too far into the specifics because that could be like for a completely another video. There's so much shit that led up to me finding that business model. But to kind of summarize that, I was in probably one of the worst financial positions of my life. And the only thing that I could actually do was turn to the internet to find something and find some sort of remote work that I can do from home, essentially. And like I said, not to go too far into the specifics, but I had to pretty much make money in 2 months. Otherwise, I would have been in a terrible position. So I did what most people do. They go on YouTube, they look on the internet, they try to search up how to make money online. And I probably tested out every single business model you can think of right now. Trading, dropshipping, affiliate marketing, copywriting, Amazon FBA, a clothing brand, making faceless theme pages on Instagram. Yes, I have tried everything. And it actually wasn't until I stumbled across one of my mentors where it was about this business model that I could leverage just using a skill set. There was no upfront cost. There was no management to be made. There wasn't a lot of complex management things that I had to do for the business model. And it was honestly one of the things that stood out to me compared to every single business model that I tried. Like, majority of the business models, they asked me to have money to make money. Like, it was pretty much just multiplying money, like dropshipping. You have to spend money on the ads to actually make the money. This was completely different because it was skill set based, which I really, really liked because my position was not the best. And what I actually loved the most about this business model is it wasn't gambling or luck. You were pretty much able to generate a cash flow business model guaranteed if you were willing to put in the work, which completely aligned with me because I didn't have any prior skill sets about business at all. I wasn't the smartest. I didn't know how to build my own software. I'm not a coder. I was not the best with numbers, and I didn't really have a lot of entrepreneurship skill sets. But when I found the digital middleman business model, it was pretty much aligned with me perfectly because the only thing that I needed for this business model was my laptop, was my phone, and my work ethic, which is the only thing that I had at the time. I was willing to put in 16 hours every single day to make money online because I didn't have any other option. Like I said, I had 2 months until I pretty much was in a really, really, really bad spot and I probably was homeless. And by becoming a digital middleman as well, I actually learned one of the best skill sets an entrepreneur can have and should have. Every billionaire has mentioned this. Every successful person has mentioned this on videos that I've seen as well. And that skill set is sales, because sales actually teaches you the fundamentals of what business is. And if you're able to learn sales, I'd recommend this to anybody. This would be the first skill set you should learn, because if you do learn sales, you can start any business model that you want, and it's in any single business that you are planning to start eventually. But I would say the top 3 things on why this business model was so lucrative for me was the zero upfront capital to start. I did not have to pay for websites. I did not have to pay for ads, so it was very lean on the upfront costs. The model allowed me to work from pretty much anywhere. As long as I had an internet connection with Wi-Fi and a phone, I could do this pretty much from anywhere. And actually, a funny story about this, I could put this into like another video, but there was a time I was working straight out of Panera for like 4 weeks straight. Panera had free Wi-Fi, it wasn't really loud, and I could pretty much just sit in the corner and do my work. I could probably pull up photos for you guys somewhere on here. And lastly, what really pushed me over the edge with this business model is just because it really did require work ethic. That is it. Which for a kid like me with a 2.0 GPA, the only background in jobs that I had was working at a grocery store. It was ideal. Now, what I've shared so far is my personal story on how I got into this business model and how I pretty much got out. But if you guys want to see like the exact step-by-step frameworks, the partner acquisition process for this business model, and the entire system I used for this business model, there's going to be a link in the description below. You can go ahead and book a call in with my team, a 7-figure team, and we can see if this business model is aligned with you as well. So if you want to do that, you can do it right now or after the video. But to continue, let me actually go over the timeline of the 90 days it did take me to get to my $10,000 a month income. I'm about to keep it so real with you guys. My first month, I didn't make any fucking money. Like $0. The entire first 30 days was literally just me learning the business model. Like the mentor that I found, I paid him for this information that I had to learn about the business model. I was learning sales, I was learning the business model at the exact same time. And for me at the time, I was a slow learner, 100%. I was learning sales like the back of my hand. I was learning communication because at the time, I also was not a very good communicator at all. I was looking at what niches I should be going into as a digital middleman. And most of that first month, I was just building myself up and looking for potential partners I could be partnering up with after I did learn the skill set, as well as practicing how I was going to be able to talk to these founders, these CEOs, and pretty much let them know that I have this high level skill set that I could bring to them. The majority of it was just repetition, repping it out. Now, month 2, I actually did get my first client, as well as I made my first little bit of money, which I remembered to the T. I made exactly $250 within my first month. Now let me back up and give you some context on this. For that second month, I was pretty much reaching out to clients, reaching out to potential people that I would want to partner up with as their middleman. And I was actually starting to apply the skills that I was learning from the first mentorship that I got into. But I actually don't want to shortchange this win because it was actually one of the most impactful moments of my entire life. That $250 was almost like a solidifier. It was proof that I can actually make money online, which I know majority of you guys, you probably have never made your first dollar online before. And it would just be really, really nice to see that it actually works and you can actually generate an online income. So for me, at that time, that $250 was worth everything that I'm making right now, like the multiple 6 figures. I would say that $250 felt so fucking good. But my first partnership ended up being with an e-commerce company. He was a startup and he was like, look, I'm looking for someone to pretty much come in, grind for me. He was already making millions with e-commerce. And I straight up told him, look, whoever you're working with right now, I will outcompete every single person on your team and then some. And I was able to get my first couple of deals within month 2. And I can also pull up his Instagram and socials here. His name is Toozer. You guys might have seen his videos before, but he is in the biz op niche. And I was pretty much managing all of his Instagram DMs. I was making deals happen for him behind closed doors, handling his clientele base, setting up appointments, and closing deals. And it was honestly surreal at the time because I've never even met a millionaire in my life before. So it was honestly life-changing that I just got to be a part of his company. Now, in month 3, this is where I actually had my breakthrough, because in month 3, I was able to actually land 2 more clients that I wanted to work with because I had the bandwidth. I was working 16 hours every single day, so I had the ability to take on more clients at the time. And this is where I actually made my first real money in the online space. I ended up working with 2 more e-commerce companies, and these were the biggest clients that I've ever worked with in my life. They had so many deals to be done through all of their businesses and social medias that at first I was honestly overwhelmed because it was actually easy for me to do deals and almost hard for me to do as many as I possibly can. At one point, I remember setting like 30 appointments every single day and consistently making like 5 to 6 deals happen every single day. And by the end of that month, the amount of deals that I did, I was able to take home in profit $10,000 plus. And I remember the exact moment when it happened, because when it did, I just took a break. I honestly, like, this was the most money that I've ever seen in my life. And I went outside and I just smoked a cigar. It was the best feeling ever because it was one of the biggest goals for me to make $10,000 in 1 month. And from that moment on, I could future pace a little bit. It was just nothing but wins. I got connected with some really amazing entrepreneurs, and I was just in the right rooms at the right time. And 8 months after that, I ended up scaling one of my biggest companies to this day. And honestly, that wasn't the best part about that month for me. It was honestly the fact that I really just didn't have to work 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. It was the fact that I could literally just take this or this and make money from a desk at home. That was one of my biggest goals. Also, a big thing for me, I was just a gym guy. I literally wanted to just make money from home, go to the gym, come back, make money online. And to be able to do that, forget scaling the company. That was just the biggest moment for me, was just knowing that I can genuinely take care of myself with a reliable business model. Out of the 10 plus business models that I tried, that moment was probably one of the best, I would say. And even to this day, to be honest, I'd probably take it a little bit for granted, but just being able to work from home has completely changed my life entirely. I've been doing this now for the past 3 years. Like, I honestly couldn't imagine myself working in that same grocery store for the past 3 years. 10-hour shifts, just on repeat, 7 days a week. One of the biggest blessings that I've just been able to be a part of is making money online. And I know it's kind of like normalized in this digital era that we're going through. Like, you see so many people saying that they're making money online. But I always looked up to these people and saw myself doing this, and I'm just kind of living through it right now. Being able to control my time, work on my own hours, set my time because I'm the boss. It provides a completely different level of freedom. Like, at the time I'm recording this right now, it's like almost midnight, and I would normally have to be waking up at 6 a.m. But for me, I could stay up till 6 a.m. if I wanted to and be completely fine and make 10 times the amount of money if I was working a regular job. Like, you can't experience that kind of freedom with anything else. As we come to the end of this video, I'm telling you guys, trust me, I know what it's like to almost just feel stuck. I was making poverty wages and I really didn't see a way out for myself. But the only thing that was actually keeping me trapped was my own limiting beliefs and mindset to try something different. It was scary at first, I'll be honest. I had no idea what I was gonna do or even try. And I was actually almost this close to not leaving my 9 to 5 job. I remember telling that founder, I could probably have him on an interview of him saying this. I was this close to just not leaving my 9 to 5. But the digital middleman opportunity didn't require me to be smart, connected, or have any startup capital to start out with. It only required me to learn some simple skills and just take action consistently for 90 days. If you're stuck like I was, hating your job and barely making enough to just survive, you're feeling hopeless about the future, stressed even, I am telling you right now that there is a way out. The same path that got me from $700 every 2 weeks to $10,000 a month plus is still wide open. The demand right now is still crazy, and there's people escaping every single day. Now, if you want to see my complete digital middleman system that I use to leave my 9 to 5, and you can too, the exact same way, there's going to be a link in the description below, like I said, to talk to my 7-figure team and to see if we can help you out personally. Just click the link in the description below and it'll take you to another video breaking down exactly step by step what I did, so you guys can pretty much just copy me. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys will be clicking the one that can help you escape.